Hi guys. Oh, figured I'd come on live for a little bit. Don't know how long I'll be on live, but I came on live for a little bit. I have one grandson for this week, and then next week I have one for I think 4 days. Oh, this heat is crazy, and then I don't know what happened last night, but one town got like 5 inches of rain overnight, so it's like extremely flooded. I know it rained all night here. Uh, it's like crazy, crazy. Oh man. Oh man. It's crazy. Weather's nuts. Hot, boiling hot, and then pouring rain, and then yeah, and then it's supposed to rain all next week, which is fine with me. Fine with me. I might not. I might not. And then politics right now is just absolutely nuts. It's like, good lord. Oh, ah. And I got a kitchen sink that's leaking, but it's leaking around one of the little screwy things. And I've been seeing this something like waterproof sealant putty, and I'm thinking about just buying some of that and just mashing it all around it and just calling it done. Just calling it done. And I may have to put my glasses on because my contacts, evidently, my vision has changed because I have to read my readers to read up close. Because I can't read up close with my reading contact. And it's just not good enough anymore, so it's given up the ghost. And I'm almost at the halfway mark on this Mask of Love from Josephine Wall. So, oh, and Dragon Dancers is right at the limit that Hobby Lobby will dry mount it. And they said they'll actually brush off all the wax on it. So I'm like, sweet, I'll bring it to you. You can brush it off and dry mount it and do all that for me. And yes, thank goodness. I was hoping that they went big enough that they could leave the trim on it and just I could just tack on a frame on the stuff, but I don't think that it's gonna be. And so I just don't think it's gonna be. And so if it's if they got enough that they can leave a little bit, I'll have them leave what they can. If not, I'll have them trim it. Because if they could leave a little bit, then I could make a little frame around it. But if not, I'll have them trim it. See what they can do. But otherwise, I can have them clean it up and dry mount it, and then we could just put the wood around it and make it like a frame around the actual foam board. But yeah. And then my daughter came up with the one grandson, and her husband bought a pistol off my brother over there. And my brother was over there complaining that his friend mows my yard. I was like, he goes, I would have thought that he'd be glad that someone mows your yard. I was like, what a brat. No, what a brat. And right now I'm not doing resin because it's so stinking hot that the house gets up to like 73 and it's humid, no, just a touch humid, which is not good for doing resin. And so I'm kind of not doing it because I don't want to get to where it's not good for doing the resin. Because resin work is good between like 65 to 70 and not humid because then it won't set up. And so I'm like, I don't want it to get to where, because in the kitchen where I do it, it runs around 74, even with air conditioning, because it's at the far end. And I don't want it to get to where it's not setting up good, and then you run into problems. So I'm like, I don't want to have problems. So I've kind of put that on the back burner at the moment, and I'll just wait till like later in the fall. No, you wait until I get settled down, and then all of a sudden you want to race back and forth and be an idiot. Evidently, someone's out in the backyard, and now all of a sudden you want to go. Because I've had deer come up and they're like right in my front yard or right in my backyard all of a sudden. I opened my front door to let the dogs out the other day, and there was one like right out in the front at the top of the driveway. I was like, really? Hey, Asher? Asher! Thank you. Can you let Breezy out? Back door. Back door. The kids are so easy when I only have one. When I only have one. Thank you. Did she go? Yeah, she went. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. And it was so funny because I told the friend who mows my lawn, I said, he's complaining that you won't mow his yard. He said, he don't want me to mow his yard because I mow it at 3 inches, because if you mow it too short, it kills it. And he wants it mowed at like 1.5 to 2 inches. So he wouldn't want me mowing his because when I mow his, he doesn't think it's mowed. So it's like, I know. I said, and I'm fine, perfectly fine with what you mow it at. So it's like, yeah. It's like, you're not happy with what it's done at, don't complain. But I have just finished. I sent a picture to the whip. I finished the lady's top half of her face, her hair, all the beads in the top part of her hair, her little, looks like peacock things in the top of her hair. I did the top of the guy's hat. I'm finishing off the bottom of the moon and his face. And now I'm working on his hair. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So, I'm doing quite well. Like I said, I'm not doing any of the resin work. I just got my second car back home, except for okay, I just got the car back home, but the stereo's all tore apart because we're not, he's been working on it, but the stereo's all tore apart. We're not, still can't figure out why it's not working. He said all the wires are good, all the power's good, but it's still not working. He said, I don't know if your stereo just burned out or what, or if someone was trying to steal your amps, got them halfway tore apart, and the wires aren't connected. You know, so everything's all tore apart in the car. It's like, whoa. But he brought it over here because my brother was whining about the grass was messed up underneath it. So he brought it over here and parked it. So yeah, it's like, it's like, go figure. Whiny people. It's just whiny people. It's, just whiny people. And I've almost got, because I put all the beads in and I used a double decker because I put them all in. And I'm almost got the double decker undoubled to where it's all in a single layer. So yeah, and I've almost got it all unrolled to where I'm almost to where I can just have one single roll. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm not. It's a word no one hardly comes in except for you because I'm not here very consistently anymore. That's what happens when you're not consistent. But I'm not even consistent. I need to vacuum my house so bad because the dogs have been shedding so bad. But it's just like between the heat and I just the want to the vacuum has just not been there. Just not been there. I look and I'm like, oh, I really need to vacuum, but then it's just like I don't. I don't. I need to, but I don't. So one of these days I will. One of these days I will. I've almost got my load of rocks undone. They're really pretty. The loads that he's gathered every time he goes fishing, and he gets tired of fishing. My brother still got them out there, and he brings them to me. So, and he's got another whole load of them for me, but it's not enough to tumble. But he's got another whole load that he's gathered up, and I just keep putting them in a bowl until I have enough to do. But yeah, and yeah, and so it's like I'm hoping everything's going good with you, Mutt Nut, because yeah, and I've been watching my um Nick's, and I hang around for a little bit, and then I wander off. Yeah, I know. It's like you go. It's like I don't. I go. It's like I have to psych myself up to go down to the trash can and the mail because it's like 110. It's like, oh God, I don't even want to step outside. Just psych myself up to open the doors, put dogs out. It's like 1, 2, 3, open door. It's horrible. And the thing is, I mean, yeah, I got the house up to work down. It's like it says it's 70, but then when you get to like you're vacuuming or you're dusting, you get to moving around a lot. You don't feel like it's 70. I mean, it says it's 70, but it sure don't feel 70. So you're like, okay, it says 70, but it don't feel 70. And that's weird. It's really weird because it says it is, but it don't feel like it. So you're like sitting here going, I know it says it is, but it sure as heck don't feel like it. So it's like, oh, that's good. I wish I could get back in a happy place. I really do. But yeah, not so much. I mean, it's a so-so place, but not a happy place. It's just like it's a there place. It's an even keel place. My bedroom's like got mm, one full wall, two full walls. The third wall's like halfway painted. So I got a wall and a half that still needs painted. So yeah. And then at last, when I had all the kids, my 123 9-year-old got up and he purchased like a pelican to poop, and it broke the seal in my toilet, so it's leaking. So I got a leaky toilet, and I got a leaky kitchen sink that I've got to get fixed. And it's things that I can't fix. And I hate always having to, bug my friend to always fix things. So I always feel like I'm having to bug someone to fix things. And I don't want to, I hate feeling like the only time I'm, you know, wanting them around is to fix things, if that makes any sense. It's like, hey, come around so you can fix stuff. So I'm thinking of buying some of that new Flex caulk they got out that's waterproof, that you can actually stick down in the water and fix stuff, it's waterproof. And so I'm going to turn the water off on the toilet, and flush the toilet a couple times to get all as much water as I can out of it. And then try to take that waterproof water Flex caulk that has the trigger on it and go down there where the nut, because I can see where the nut is that's leaking, and kind of go around it and see if I can seal it to where it quit leaking and fix that one myself. And then see if I can get some of that stuff that you see advertised, where you kind of putty it around and you can put it around the joint on the under the plumbing place, because I finally figured out where it's leaking, and I can wrap it around it and get it to where it quit leaking, and kind of fix some of these things on my own, so I quit having to bug him to only have him come over and do stuff to fix. So when he does come over, he can watch TV and enjoy himself, you know? Because I hate always having to have him come over and fix something. Because, I hate to be always having him come over to fix something. Because that's no fun. No, it's not nice. Because that's not not fun. But it was so nice. Oh, I finally getting my car back. I was finally able to go pay my property taxes. So that did make me happy. And the fact that it wasn't $2,000 and it was only 700, that made me extremely happy. So, that did make my mood much happier. Oh, man. I saw the picture you're working on. That's really cool. That's a pretty picture. That is a pretty picture. The one I'm going to do after this one is going to be Magic Happens. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's a really pretty one. Basically, because I got the wall space for it, because where I had the other one, I gave it to my air conditioner guy, like his worker, to give to his daughter. I was just so thrilled with them people because they did so much extra work. After I finish this one and the magic happens, I'm gonna start working on 30 by 40s. Just because they go faster and you can get some things knocked out. And then of course I'm doing I've got a secret or I got a secret. It's not I've got a secret, it's I got a secret. Which is such a pretty, beautiful painting. And I'm doing it for my event. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. That is gonna be gorgeous. Because that's such a pretty painting. I didn't realize how much color blocking was in this um for being a Josephine Wall. Oh yeah, I bet that's going to be blinged out because there's so much blingability in that one. But I didn't realize how much color blocking was in this Josephine Wall because she's usually so much confetti in her paintings. But this Mask of Love has got so much color blocking. I mean, I have been just like flying through this thing because there's so much color blocking in it. I used to never watch political conventions. I do now just because my mom did, and it kind of makes me, feel connected to my mom. I know that sounds weird, but my mom watched them, and so I kind of watch them because it makes me, remember my mom. And weird sounds weird, but it was so weird because when Trump came out, because he did go that first night, and when he came out, he was almost crying, and it was so weird because the look on his face. I've been there because when you face when you almost died and you shouldn't be here, it's a It's a surreal thing because you know you shouldn't. Hey, Asher. Hey, Ashy. Can you let Breezy in? Thank you. I mean, the man knows that he really shouldn't be here. That's how close it was. I mean, they're calling it the an angel's kiss. The Secret Service people, they're calling it an angel's kiss. Hi, Jennifer, because that's how close it was. And it you could just tell on his face that he was just overwhelmed. And that's all I'll say politically, but I mean, you could just tell he was just like kind of crying. And it kind of made me cry because I've been there. And when you're walking on this side and you've been that close, it does something to you. So we may see a different man because I know I came back different. I give a whole bunch of stuff away because, it's like, hey, everyone's like, you should sell that. I'm like, yeah. And I do. I give a lot of stuff away. A lot of stuff away. But I wish I could find somewhere other than Goodwill to give it away to because, they sit there and sell the stuff for so much money. And I would just as well give it to some place that donates it to people who need it. Instead of, them selling it for a high dollar. No, you just came in. You just came in, you little snot. I mean, she just came in the door. So I hate giving it to them because I don't want to give it to some place that's going to sell it for astronomical prices. I'd rather give it, where they're going to sell it to people, are down on their luck for reasonable prices. Instead of crazy prices, just because they're trying to make a profit. So it's like, I don't like that. But I just wanted to get it out of my house because I was trying to purge, declutter. I just wanted it out of my house because I wanted to declutter. So I didn't need it in my house no more. But I don't want it to be charged, an astronomical fee. I'm almost tempted to take it down to one of those consignment places and just charge cheap. and just make a little bit of money. And I might do that, just print a booth and just put it out there and make a little bit. Because I have some old, like the cactus wine glasses, and I don't want them, but I'd hate for them to charge astronomical prices. Yes, now that I have little man in the house, I had to hide my pistol, so because when they're here, I put my pistol up. And then I told my daughter, I said, now I got to remember where I put it when they leave. She just laughed. I got to remember when she comes up to give her all my shampoo and cream rinse because I use the bar stuff now. And my hair seems to be doing so much better since I've gone to the bar shampoo and cream rinse, or conditioner, I should say. But it's like I got to remember to give her all those bottles of things. And I got two new ones that I just ordered, a castor oil one and a coconut oil one. And those are conditioner bars. So those are my two new bars. And these are Kirsch. I don't know if you've seen ads for those. So I'll let you know how they do. The other ones were Earth Company that I've been using. But my hair seems to be in a lot better shape. It's not breaking as often. It's not falling out as much. So, yeah, it seems like the bars are doing a lot better for my hair. So, it seems like I don't know how many of y'all are aging, but for aging hair, seems like the bars do much better. Because I was reading up on it, and it was like, for aging hair, the bar is just much healthier, and it doesn't have as much of the bad stuff as the other stuff, and they're much cheaper, and they last longer. Because you just wet your hair, and you wet the bar, and then rub it around on your hair, and then voila, you're done. And they last forever. And it's like $14 a bar, $14 for the shampoo, and $14 for the conditioner. But they last forever. And I mean, now I've just gone to washing it in the kitchen sink because I don't need to, I can just flop my head over and get my hair wet and get the bar wet and run my hair, the bar through my hair and wash and rinse it off, and I'm done. And so it works pretty. Potty break, huh? And so I've just gotten where I like the bars much better. No, you're not going out front. My brother's little dog is so possessive over him that she actually humps him. And so if my dog is even outside, she goes ballistic on my dog, which makes my dog bark and go, you know, ballistic on his dog. And so he threatens to shoot my dog because my dog barks at his dog. And so, yeah. So I won't allow my dog out front while he's home. Now, when he's not home, his dog doesn't do that. It's really weird. But it's only when he's home that his dog acts that way. When he's not home, his dog doesn't act that way. But when he's home, his dog acts that way. When he's not home, my dog and his dog will be out there and they'll kind of bark at each other and then they'll leave each other alone. But when he's home, then his dog goes, and my dog goes, and instead of letting them work it out when he's home, he just goes ballistic and I'm going to shoot your dog. And so I just leave my dog in the house or in my backyard because my brother is crazy enough that he would try. And what he doesn't realize is in this state, you actually get more time for shooting an animal than you do for shooting a person. And he's always about, I'm going to shoot this and I'm going to shoot that. And I told my dad, if he shoots my dog, I'll shoot his dog. And he said, you shoot his dog, he'll shoot you. And knowing my damn brother, he probably would. And my friend is worried enough about it that he keeps the dog in the house because he's that worried about it. So I think he thinks my brother's elevator is not all the way at the top. So, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of bad. Well, I think I'm gonna hop off of here because I'm working on this painting. I really don't have a whole lot to say because I haven't been doing a whole lot. Kind of been laying low. But thank y'all for popping in, the ones who have. And I'll pop off when I get this row done. I'll take a picture of this row that I'm working on. Thank you for popping in, Mutt Nut. Thank you for popping in, Jennifer. Um, Hope y'all have the best day. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.